James here. I've been asked to do some videos on adjusting the tone arm on a turntable. My last video I did was about adjusting the height of the tone arm. I did a video a while back on adjusting the anti-skate on a turntable. This video we're going to look at adjusting the weight on the tone arm, because I would say that the weight, making sure that the weight is adjusted correctly is probably one of the most important things about a turntable. You're probably thinking, wow, that's a pretty bold statement to say it's one of the most important things, but in my opinion it is. I'll show you why now. Now, if you do this, or you've been told to do this, okay, put your counterweight on back to front to add more weight onto the cartridge, okay, wrong. Don't do this, okay. If you've got it like that, seriously, turn it back round and put it the right way. Having it like that, you will absolutely wreck your vinyls, and I'll show you what it does now. Right, now this piece of vinyl was given to me by somebody who's a scratch DJ and does a lot of beat juggling. I've already got this vinyl, but I got given this for nothing, and there's this little sticker on there. It did have a couple more stickers dotted around, but I took those off. Now, when I went round the guy's house, I did get a quick glimpse of his decks, and I did see that he had the counterweights on the wrong way round, like I just showed you there. Now, fair enough if you're a scratch DJ and you don't really care about the vinyls you're scratching with, but if you're an avid vinyl collector, or you like your vinyl collection and you want to cherish it, please do not put your counterweights on the wrong way round. Now I'll show you why now. Now if we just put this record on and play this now. Right, now I'll put the name of the track in the description. Now if we just play this now, you won't hear this on the camera, but I am recording this on the computer so you can hear this. Now just listen to the sound quality of the first, I suppose, 16 bars, okay, just listen to this.
Dreadlock, Dreadlock, Dreadlock.
Now can you hear that sound? It's kind of like a scratchy, I suppose in a sense a hissy kind of sound. And if you hear that, it will stop in a moment. There you go, stop. So you can see that that is where the person would have used the vinyl the most. That's when he's been beat juggling of those first 16 bars. And where he's had the counterweight backwards, he's actually worn the groove out completely. That is why you're getting that sound. Now, the grooves of a vinyl are a very delicate thing. If you put too much weight on the grooves, you are simply just going to wear them out very quickly. And you're probably going to half, if not quarter, the life of your vinyl by doing that. So please don't put it on back to front. So now you can see why it's so important to set the weight on your turntable up properly. I'll show you how to set it properly in one moment, but before I start, I just want to say that doing this to your turntables, okay, it doesn't matter what turntables you've got, okay, because all vinyl turntables have a counterweight on the back, and it doesn't matter what cartridges you're using, what piece of vinyl you're using, what music you DJ with, it doesn't matter. This can be done with any turntable, and it should be done with any turntable also as well, I might add. So let me quickly move the camera and I'll show you how to set it properly. Right, now first of all, what you want to do before you do anything is, if you've got a piece of vinyl on there, take it off, because if you accidentally drop the needle while doing this, you can dig at your vinyls. Now first of all, what you want to do is you want to create what's called zero gravity, which basically means that this cartridge here should just completely float. There should be no weight on it whatsoever. Now to do that, basically all you need to do is lift it up, turn the counterweight right the way back until basically it's like that, until it's so much weight on it that it's just holding it up in the air. Now what you want to do is turn it forward gently, gradually, bit at a time, until basically it's weightless. It just floats on its own accord, like that. Now once you've done that, you want to lock the tone arm in place. Now on the back of the tone arm you've got the counterweight here, so let me just get close up on this. Right, now what you want to do is hold the counterweight in place by this rubber bit at the back here, and then basically just turn this bit with numbers until the line on the top there, you can't see that in the video, but there'll be a line at the top here, until 0 is at that line. Okay, so once 0 is then at that line, that's now set to 0. So if you take that out, you can see it just floats. Now what you want to do is do some research. You want to find out exactly what cartridges you're using. For me, this is the Autofon Pro S's. Now these will take between 2 and 2.8 grams. So if we look down here, you've got some numbers on here, and we can turn it 0.5, 1, 1.5, 2. So if we put, say, 2.5, and we'll start with that. Now if we unlock the tone arm, see, I can feel now that there's sufficient weight on there. It's not too much, but there's a good amount of weight on there. Now if you can't find any information on your needles or cartridges, perhaps you've got rare ones or they don't make these ones anymore and you just can't find any information on them, just take an educated guess. Obviously don't start cramming the weight on, but generally, this isn't set in stone, but generally the head shell style cartridges like these, like the type that come as standard on the Technics turntables, generally they're between 2 and 2.5 grams, so somewhere between them. And this type of cartridge, the Concord cartridges, sometimes known as banana cartridges as well, these will take generally about 2.5 to 3 grams, so thereabouts. Now there is a way you can sort of tell if you're putting too much weight on your cartridges, and that is to do this. Right, now if you put a vinyl on your deck, okay, press start and just put the needle on the record, but don't actually have any levels up, so turn all your amps and everything off, turn all your levels down. So when you put it on there, all you can hear is the sound coming from the actual needle itself, and you might just be able to hear that. Now if you just get your ear right down close to that and just have a listen to it, how it sounds like that. If it sounds a bit maybe distorted or a bit fuzzy, you've probably got too much weight on there, so just slack the weight off. When it basically sounds like somebody's Walkman when you're sitting next to them on the bus and you can just hear the tune clearly like this, and there's no sort of fuzzy or distortion sound to it, you've probably got just the right amount of weight on there. So there you go, and by doing this you're basically going to be helping to save your vinyls. Now how often you should do this depends on how heavily your decks are used. If you use them as for mobiles and gigs and stuff, you should check it generally every night that you take it out, and every time your turntables are moved from one place to the other, check it, and basically you're going to help save your vinyls. If you've got any questions or anything, leave comments. I hope this video was a help. If you want to check out any of the other videos on the tone arm adjustment, I'll put them underneath as video responses. Okay, any relevant information is in the description. Okay, thank you for watching. Nice one.